Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and get ready with me while I talk about tips for your freshman year of college. So if you do not know me, I am Rachel. I just finished, well, I guess in May, finished my freshman year of college at Texas A&M University. I absolutely loved it. I got involved in so many things and I just want to talk to y'all about some advice I have. I have it all written down right here, so I'm not gonna forget it. Okay, so you're coming to college, you're coming from high school, you woke up for high school super early in the morning. If you did sports, you're so used to waking up and going to workout or going to lifts or going to morning practice. Still do not take the 8 a.m.s in college. You're gonna get into college, you're gonna be staying out late for things, especially on Thursday nights. And if you're going in a sorority, Thursday nights are date party nights, at least for mine. You do not want to take the 8 a.m.s. Just because you woke up early in high school doesn't mean you can do that in college, or you're going to want to do that in college, even if you're a morning person. Speaking of, if you're taking 8 a.m.s and you skip, don't do it. Skipping classes is a gateway drug. I'm not even joking. If you skip one class, you're never going to go again. At least that was how it was for me. I realized that there are certain things, certain classes I could go to and still make good grades in for not going, but I wasn't really learning any of the material and I was kind of coasting, and it was causing more anxiety because I wasn't going to class and actually learning the material. I was just studying for it, or what I thought I should be studying for before exams. So you're paying to go to school, actually go to your classes. I was lucky enough to live in an apartment my freshman year of college, so I had a huge closet. So I was able to kind of bring anything and everything I wanted. If you're going to be living in a dorm, that's not the case. So my biggest piece of advice is basics. I'm going to post a TikTok on my TikTok, here it is, of basics and clothes that you absolutely need for college and that are just great to have to build a ton of outfits around and not take up as much space in your closet. Continuing to talk about clothes. If you're going to be in a sorority or just anything where you need or you want really a different dress for every occasion, don't worry about buying them all and bringing them to college. At least in College Station, and I'm sure literally everywhere else, there's Instagram pages and different things, especially in your sorority, where you can rent or borrow clothes from people. Those Instagram accounts always have the cutest clothes on them and dresses that are so unique, and you can save some money and also save some closet space. Here's an example. This is my Rent My Clothes Instagram for my friends to rent or borrow. I usually just let my friends borrow. I don't really care about the extra money from it, but definitely see if your university has some of those before you go and spend a ton of money on a new dress for every date party or formal. So I go to an SEC school, so that means SEC game days, which are very, very, very intense and long. Texas A&M has a tradition where we have to stand the entire game, so I could make a whole video on how to survive Texas A&M games separate from this, but for your game days, always make sure you have some kind of portable fan on you and portable charger. I feel like that should be common sense, but I have so many friends that show up to the games and their phone battery is dead by the time it's halftime, or they're absolutely dying of heat, especially in Texas or anywhere in the South. And literally it just makes a world of a difference having a portable charger and a portable fan. It's just comfort. So for me coming to college, I'd always had a set workout routine for me for my sports in high school, so it's also really good to kind of figure out over the summer or right when you get there what works for you, not what works for this influencer or this girl, what works for you and your body. Okay, also if you're getting into a sorority, so important to get involved quick. My very first week in my sorority, we got an email on a message on our app that we use called Flare, and they were basically saying, hey, we have some positions open. If any of the new members want to apply, then feel free to. And I applied to a position having no idea what it was, and it ended up being the best thing for me. I sit on our standards board, which can be kind of scary, but I made friends with other people and other pledge classes so quick that got me connected to even more people in the sorority, and I was just able to make so many friends so much quicker that way by just jumping in immediately. With college, it can be super easy to just want to jump in and like have that college friend group immediately, but don't settle down with friends. Like, you have an entire world of options to you. It's not high school where you're going to school and seeing these people in the hallways every single day. You can really actually choose who you want to surround yourself with, and that can make a huge difference when things go wrong in college or you get sick. You don't have your family to rely on. You have to rely on the people you know in college. So it's super important to make sure you're having genuine friendships and not just jumping at the first opportunity you have. I will say though, I got really lucky, and some of the first girls I met in my sorority are my closest friends to this day. Something that helped the flow of college kind of help me adapt, I guess, was keeping my routines consistent. I found a routine that worked for me in my class schedule each semester, and I stuck to it, whether that's just keeping my skincare routine consistent, my night routine, my morning routine. I found what worked and I made sure I stayed on top of it, and that always brought some peace to my day. So I always made really good grades in high school and didn't really have to study that much. So when I got to college, I was like, oh, I actually have to study. I kind of had to learn a little bit like what worked for me. Romanticizing was the best thing for me. Having everything laid out pretty, color coding, super organized. I loved it, and I found my study spot. One of the most important things was that I found my study spot, what worked for me, the vibe I liked. It was a coffee shop on the north side of campus, and I would always go there super early in the morning, had my same order. That consistency helped, and I could sit in that coffee shop for hours and lock in and work on anything, and I did make the dean's list, so it works. The next thing I'm going to talk about is relationships in college. So I did something that is not recommended by most people, and I started dating my boyfriend the second week of college. Just to be clear, I would not trade that for the world. I had so many people be like, Rachel, you're gonna miss out on the college experience, like you're settling down too quick. And for reference, I talked to my boyfriend James all summer. So I kind of had it wasn't like I met him the first week of college and dated him the second. We talked for a few months, but I just knew, like, I was like, I like this guy a lot. I'm not big on, I don't know, my friends call me a lover girl. I like to be settled down, and I love this boy so much. I got lucky, but just, I guess, my little tiny piece of advice, it's situation to situation, but if you find someone you really like, don't let one of your reasons for not dating them be missing out on the college experience. Also, another fun just like relationship or companionship, I got a cat. Second semester, like I said, I was in an apartment, and having a cat in college is so fun. I'm sorry if you're not a cat person, but they're so low maintenance. Like, you don't have to worry about getting home from class to take them out or anything like that. So if you really want a companion in college, I would definitely look into getting a cat before a dog. This is George, light of my life. I love him so much. He is the best thing ever. And you know, I would get lonely sometimes. Like, I have friends, I have my boyfriend, like my older brother is at the same college as me, but having something just when you come home at the end of the day after a long day that's just excited to see you, it's a great feeling. And my last and final piece of advice to you is to find a good church or Bible study, or both. I found my church super early on, which I'm super lucky for, but don't be afraid to keep looking at different churches if you're not finding the one that is fit for you. Also, I love my Bible study. I got plugged into it second semester of school once I found the right one that worked for me, and I love it. Having that Christian community in college felt so much like home, which I'm home right now, and I couldn't recommend more getting plugged into a church. It just gives you peace, and you can continue pursuing a faith and a walk with Jesus that is so important and is truly something that I can rely on during college. I hope y'all enjoyed this get ready with me and all of these tips. Let me know how y'all's freshman year goes, and I love y'all. Bye.